Hey guys, it's Dookie Don here. Just got done playing Five Nights at Freddy's 1 for the first time. Gotta say, it was a good game. Masterfully written, great sound quality. Fun game in total. Really good gameplay. Really spooky, original mechanics. Well scripted. In general, I thought it was a really, really good game. It was a pretty decent RPG, actually. Better than any game I've played. I'd wager it was better than Red Dead, Dragon Age, Battlefield 4. Those games are alright compared to Five Nights at Freddy's 1, but I haven't even dipped into the rest of the series yet, so we're gonna have to find out. But I've gathered enough information on the first one and enough from the porn made from the second, third, and fourth one to say, hey, how about if I make a theories video to further educate my subscribers? So, without further ado, I'm going to explain to you what the symbols of Five Nights at Freddy's 1 has shown to me and what I can obtain from it. Alright, so, what if our brown guy isn't really dead? You ever think about that? I mean, really. It would be pretty cool if he was dead, but really, it's not. Anyways, from what I got from the pay stub at the end, the check where he was at the end of Mission 7 where he was fired. What I obtained is this was from the 1800s, and Mike Schmidt was actually a wealthy plantain owner. He owned a plantain, if you believe it. A lot of black guys worked on the plantain. They got whipped and beaten daily, and that's actually what the animatronics at Five Nights at Freddy's are for. They're actually tortured souls of African Americans. So, Mike Schmidt, he's other than being a plantation owner, he's a fan of the NBA. That's where he gets his slaves from. That's where people get their slaves from nowadays. Really, the NBA. The snap reflexes. You know what I mean? Snap reflexes. They're really important. They remind me of this one time. Sorry, I needed to take a drink there. All this information being processed right now is really difficult for me to think about. But in all reality, the Five Nights at Freddy's company was based on the Crusades of the 1200s. Did you know that? If you look closely, you can notice that Mike Schmidt is comparable to a crusader, while the animatronics are actually Muslims being killed by said crusaders. So, if you look closely, you can actually, when you hear the squeaking noise when you click on Freddy's nose on the poster. If you what I did was I defragmented the sound clip that it played from the game files, and I heard the phrase "Allah is love, Allah is life" in Arabic, of course. I translated this for you because I thought it'd be interesting instead of having to explain to you in Sanskrit. You know what I mean? The Sand people have a very, very dedicated language. They also walk in lines to avoid showing their numbers. Anyways. So, what I'm here to tell you today is Five Nights at Freddy's is probably the greatest, most well-written video game I've ever played. There's black people, there's slaves, oh, same thing. There's slaves, there's Muslims, there's Mike Schmidt, and guess what? There's guns. There's a hidden mission, Mission 8, if you type in 0420 while you play the game, it will actually pop up a menu. And it will say, hey, you want to play Five Nights at Freddy's 2 FPS free? And I'm like, yeah. But first, honestly, what you're going to need to do before actually trying that out is you're going to have to go to downloadmoran.com and probably pick up another, 12 gigabytes, just in case if you're running on a laptop. I'd recommend having 16 gigs of RAM to start off with such a game. What you're going to want to do is to play this, you're going to need a gamepad or a game controller. To take any old USB plug gamepad from any console, be it Xbox, PS4, PS3, Sega Saturn, you get the whole thing. And then you take a Sega Genesis and you pop open the disc tray and you plug it into your computer's power supply. And then what you do is you dunk your balls into the disc tray and you close it on them. And if you're a female, this isn't going to work, so I'm sorry. You got to find a guy friend who's going to do that for you. And then you're going to have to. Then the Genesis will prompt you for something. It's going to prompt you for a DNA sample. Now, you'll try doing your blood, your saliva, but in all reality, you're going to need to use your pubic hair. Now, this might spawn a few ingrown hairs, but that's okay if you're very careful with the razor. But anyways, you have to do that. And if you don't have pubic hair, well, that's a shame. You're gonna have to wait for them to grow. You're gonna have to, yeah. All right. Anyways, then the Rhino of disconcerting nature will appear. He's going to ask you about CSI Miami. You're going to respond with, if you respond with anything that's not, it's good. He will look disappointed and leave. Then the Goblin of all-knowing hymns appears. Right. He's going to give you a bag of sand, and he's going to request that you make a life-size 1:1 ratio sculpture of Johnny Depp out of sand. And if you mess up, you're going to do it again. Now, the Goblin's very forgiving, so you can keep at it for a while. Time will freeze until you finish. Like 20 years might pass, but it's alright. You have each individual grain of sand must be strategically placed in order for Johnny Depp to be sculpted. And after you do that, he will allow you into the secret chambers to play FNAF 2 FPS. Now, it totally isn't a console. It's a console, right? But they'll say it's like a PC with a Titan Z running inside it, but it's really not. Anyways, you'll have to watch the 40-year-old virgin 6 times, and you'll be able to play the FPS game. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed my series. Episode 30. Episode 30. Xbox, turn off. Alright, thanks. I'll leave comments below. In the description, I will be leaving information to... I'm going to be having a 5 Minutes at Freddy's themed Thanksgiving feast on October 12th. So if anybody's interested in coming, let me know. Alright, see ya.